back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Back to betting on the fights with fake money, where we are holding a L this week. But first, if you are new to these videos, what I'm doing here is I started off with $500. Before I made this YouTube channel 7 months ago, I was going to start doing this actually on a piece of paper, because where I'm living you can't gamble on fights, I don't believe yet. So I was just doing this like maybe if I'm going to ever visit Vegas or something like that, you know, just to see how I would do. Try my hand betting on the fights. So if you bust out, you can do this by yourself, or you can just follow along with the channel. You can either bust out, which it doesn't really matter because it's fake money, or let's say I go up from 500 fake dollars to 10,000 fake dollars. Maybe I want to move to fucking Vegas. You see what I'm saying? So alright, all of that aside, we are at an all-time high on the fake money bankroll at $1,225. That's what we are coming into this week with. We placed $525 in bets last week, which took us down to $700. So if we lost every single bet, we would still have $700, which is higher than what we started with, so hey. But we did not lose every single bet this week. We did almost lose every single bet this week for the first time ever. But Stipe Miocic, the heavyweight champion, who was an underdog this week, actually came through for us. We bet 100 on Stipe. He was a plus 170 underdog, so we won $270 back on Stipe. So as I said, if we would have lost every single fight this week, we would have lost $525. But since Stipe pulled through for us, we went down to 970. So we were down to 700. Add the $270 we win from the Stipe Miocic heavyweight fight, we're up to $970 to bet with for this week's fights. Now we're going to be betting on Bellator and UFC this week. We're going to make a couple of bets now. Gonna start being a little more cautious with these bets, as we are. We did take a loss this week, but still we're going to be betting $350 total dollars. So if we lose every single one of these bets, we'll still have $620, which is higher than we started with. But hopefully that doesn't happen. That's never happened yet. But let's get started with the first bet of the night, which is going to be tomorrow night's fights. Bellator at 193, Lorenz Larkin versus Fernando Gonzalez. Now, the fight I'm going to be betting on that card is the Kendall Grove fight. Kendall Grove is a UFC and Bellator veteran, and he is not too big of a favorite. He's a little bit of a favorite, but he's fighting a guy that is a lot less experienced and also on a 4-fight losing streak. So I think Kendall Grove's got a good chance of winning that fight, and he's not too big of a favorite because he's on a 2-fight losing streak himself. So I'm going to bet $50 on Kendall Grove. Probably should be 100, but we'll just leave it at 50 because we're getting this video made and the fights are tomorrow. So $50 on Kendall Grove for the Bellator fights on Friday. Now to the UFC card on Saturday, UFC on Fox, North Carolina. I'm going to have $50 on Jordan Rinaldi, who I actually predicted to lose the fight, but he's such a big underdog. I believe, what is he? Jordan Rinaldi is plus 453, so we bet $50, and if he gets an upset via left hook or submission, however he possibly might get an upset, this is MMA. If he is able to beat 10-0 Gregory Gillespie, and we only bet $50, we're going to win over $200 back on that. So even though I predicted Rinaldi to lose the fight, I'm just going to throw a little $50 there just because it seems like good value. So Dennis Bermudez, I also picked to win his fight, and he is only a minus 155 favorite. Even though he is a slight favorite, I'm only going to put $50 there because he is a favorite. I don't like betting on favorites too much, but I do believe he's going to win the fight. But I'm not 100% certain on that. Andre Fili's looked good in his last fight. So I'm just going to save the majority of the money for the main event, where I do believe Derek Brunson is a lot better than a lot of people give him credit for. Now, he's just a slight underdog in this fight, but I think Derek Brunson, it's tough to say this, but I just maybe I got Derek Brunson rated too high in my head, but I think he's one of the most underrated middleweights to date. And I think he's got, you know, he's got a really good chance of beating Jacare this fight. You see, I predicted him to win, and also he's an underdog, so I'm going to put $200 on Derek Brunson. I might hold the L, but hey, it is what it is. As I said, if we lose every single one of these bets, we're still higher than what we started with. So with that being said, these are my bets, a total of $350. We're going down to $620. Going to be a great weekend of fights. Bellator on Friday, UFC on Saturday. With that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.